Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Real Life English Podcast. I'm Aria, and I'm really happy to have you here with us as we learn English in a natural and relaxed way.
And I'm Ethan, and today we're going to help you understand how to ask for a favor in a polite and natural way that you can actually use in real-life conversations.
You can listen anytime you want, whether you are relaxing, traveling, or just going through your daily routine in a calm and easy moment.
A favor simply means asking someone kindly to help you with something, and the most important thing is how politely you make that request.
The key idea is that you are not ordering someone. You are just respectfully asking for help in a gentle and friendly way.
Exactly, and the way you say it can change how the other person feels and how they respond to you.
Let's quickly look at a real-life situation so you can understand how this works in daily conversations.
Okay, imagine Sarah's phone just died, and she really needs to make an important call to her mom.
So she says, "Tom, would it be possible for me to use your phone for a quick call?"
And Tom replies, "Yes, sure, no problem, here you go."
This is a perfect example of a polite request because Sarah didn't sound direct or demanding.
Instead, she used a soft and respectful phrase that made her request sound very natural and kind.
Would it be possible is a very useful structure because it sounds gentle and gives the other person space to respond.
You can also say things like, "Could you possibly?" or "I was wondering if," to sound even more polite.
For example, you could say, "Could you possibly help me with this?" Or, "I was wondering if I could borrow this."
And when someone agrees to help, simple responses like, "Yes, sure," or "No problem," are very common and natural.
These phrases are easy to use, but they make your English sound much more polite and real in everyday situations.
So the main lesson is simple, polite language helps you communicate better and feel more confident in real conversations.
So yeah, sure, no problem is a really common and natural way to accept a favor. But there are also many other polite phrases we can use in everyday English.
One very simple but useful one is "of course." And even though it sounds short, it's actually very polite and very commonly used.
Yes. For example, if a friend asks to borrow a pen or needs a small favor, you can just say, "Of course," and it shows you are happy to help.
Another lovely phrase is "glad to help" or "I'd be happy to," and these expressions feel a bit warmer because they show positive feelings, not just agreement.
Right. It sounds like you're not helping because you have to, but because you actually want to support the other person.
Exactly. For example, if someone says, "Do you mind helping me with this?" you can reply, "Not at all. I'd be happy to help."
There is also a very casual and friendly one, which is simply anytime, and it feels very open and natural in conversation.
Anytime basically means you can ask me for help not just now, but also in the future whenever you need it. Now let's move on to the other side of the conversation and see how Sarah thanked Tom after he helped her.
She said, "Oh, thank you so much. You're a lifesaver." And that's a very common expression in natural English.
A lifesaver doesn't literally mean someone saved your life, but it means they helped you in a very important or difficult moment.
Right. Even small help can feel like that. For example, if someone brings you coffee when you are really tired, you can still say, "You're a lifesaver."
Sarah also said, "I really appreciate it," which is a very useful phrase because it shows you truly value someone's help.
And if you want simpler options, you can also say things like, "Thanks a lot," or "Thank you so much" in everyday situations.
Saying no is not always easy because you don't want to sound rude or make the other person feel bad. Another nice phrase is, "That's so kind of you," which shows that you are not only thankful but also see the person's kindness.
Now let's look at the other side of the conversation, because sometimes you need to say no to a favor politely.
Saying no is not always easy because you don't want to sound rude or make the other person feel bad.
In the conversation, Tom says, "I'm so sorry, but I can't." And that is a very polite way to start a refusal.
Phineas, I'd love to help you out, but I have a dentist appointment, which is a really natural and respectful structure.
The important part is that he first shows kindness by saying he would like to help before explaining why he cannot.
Right? And when you say no like this, it sounds much softer and more respectful, while still showing that you genuinely care about the other person.
After that, you can simply give a short reason, just like Tom did with his dentist appointment, without needing a long explanation.
In most cases, a simple and honest reason is enough, and you don't need to overthink or over-explain it.
Now let's look at some polite ways to say no when you can't help someone.
One useful phrase is, "Unfortunately, I'm not able to," which sounds polite, slightly formal, but still very respectful.
For example, "Unfortunately, I'm not able to help today because I have work." And it still sounds kind and calm.
Another common phrase is, "I wish I could, but," which sounds more emotional and shows you actually want to help.
Like, "I wish I could, but I have to work late tonight." And then you simply explain your reason.
And another very natural option is, "I'm afraid I can't," which is short, but still very polite in everyday English.
Here, "I'm afraid" doesn't mean real fear. It just helps soften the refusal and make it sound gentle.
So these phrases help you say no in a polite way without sounding rude or uncomfortable.
Now, let's go one step further and talk about something interesting. What if you say yes to a favor, but you also want something in return?
This is called negotiating a favor, and it usually happens between friends in everyday life situations.
It's basically a fair exchange where you help someone and they also help you back with something else.
For example, I might help you move your furniture if you help me fix my computer later.
Exactly. But this kind of exchange works best when you already know the person well.
Let's listen to a short conversation to understand how this works in real life.
"Hey, Sarah, do you have a minute? You look a bit stressed. Is everything okay?"
I actually have a big favor to ask. It's really short notice, but I need help.
"What happened?"
My friend's wedding is tomorrow, and I completely forgot about my work shift.
Oh, wow. That is really sudden.
I know. I'm really sorry, but I really need someone to cover it for me.
I can help, but I'll need a favor from you as well later this week.
What kind of favor?
If I take your shift tomorrow, can you take mine on Friday instead? We can just swap.
Yes, that actually works for me. I can definitely do Friday.
Great. Then it's a deal. We'll just switch shifts.
Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. And have a great time at the wedding.
Sarah didn't just say yes immediately. She made a fair exchange.
Yes, she used a simple structure. "I'll do this if you do that," which is very clear and useful.
You can use this pattern in many daily situations when you want a balanced agreement.
Like, "I'll help you study if you help me practice speaking English."
I'll lend you my notes if you help me with this task later.
Another casual way is saying, "How about we trade?" when you want to suggest an exchange.
Or you can say, "I can do that, but could you help me with this?" to keep it natural.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thanks so much for listening and learning with us. We really appreciate your time.
Before we go, here's a question for you. What's one favor you would like to ask in English?
Share your answer in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe for more English listening practice.